Okay, quick overview before you get started on the Desmos activity for today. Up until now, we've dealt with a rectangular grid called a Cartesian plane. And we had an x-axis and a y-axis. X was positive to the right and y was positive when you went up. And we had an origin. But there were some limitations to this. And so there's a second system that we can use that you're going to get introduced to today, and it is the polar system. A polar system has a pole, similar to the origin, and a polar axis that goes out to the right. That's similar to the positive x-axis. However, we don't have a y-axis, and while in a rectangular system we used x and y to denote the location of a point, in a polar system we're going to use the radius and theta, the angle. So as an example, if I was looking for something that, let's say, is at 3 comma 2 pi over 3. I'm going to have to go to the angle of 2 pi over 3, and that's positive, so I'm going in the counterclockwise direction. So that's 2 pi over 3 is my angle, and I'm going to go out 2 units. So I've gone out 2 units. There is my point, 3 comma 2 pi over 3. So that's the way our polar system is going to work, and you're going to get to explore this on the Desmos activity. I think it will really help you. If I continued around, so let's say if I was over here, if I wanted to plot the point 4 comma 3 pi over 2. Well, 3 pi over 2 is going straight downwards, and I need to go down 4 units. 1, 2, 3, 4. So right there is that point. Notice there are no negatives in that, even though traditionally we would think of that as the negative y direction. Okay, so we now know that we will plot our points in the polar method using radius and theta, but there is going to be a second concept you need for the Desmos activity. We know angles can be in the positive direction if you go counterclockwise, or if you go in the negative direction, we could go and measure those. So there we go. So if I had gone in the clockwise direction, this would be an angle of 4 negative pi halves. But there's a negative radius we can also have. So let's try and see what a negative radius might look like. If I am looking for the point negative 2 comma 3 pi over 4, we start off by looking for our angle. So 3 pi over 4 is about right here. And then we take that angle and go back across the pole to get the negative. So I find my angle. There is 3 pi over 4. And if that was a positive radius, I would just go out along these concentric circles to find my radius. But because it's negative, instead of going out in the direction of my angle, I'm going to go exactly 180 from that, or pi away from that. So instead of going 2 units to along here, I'm going to go 2 units here. So there is my point negative 2, 3 pi over 4. So I just wanted to give you an overview of what the polar system looks like. Go ahead and try the Desmos activity. I think you might enjoy it. You're going to make points disappear or label them correctly. And then I do encourage you to watch the videos in the asynchronous portion. Okay? And I will see you next class. Bye-bye.